The point of the story is Danny O'Neil using his experience, because let's remember, at one time he used alcohol, and as far as I can tell, after he got his chip, he never picked up a bottle again. As far as I know, Danny O'Neil died sober, clean. I'm sure he went to those meetings and said the Serenity Prayers, like you're supposed to. I accept the things I cannot change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I may have that mixed up, but I'm trying to remember it because I've heard those a few times. I myself have never done drugs or anything, but I was, again, in a place for depression, which had, it was a occasional rehab place. Why was I there? I don't know, that's where they put me. There were a lot of people there who did do drugs. There was a guy who was highly intelligent, on his way to becoming a doctor, who was an orderly or something, but the drugs took it away from him. He let it happen, and life got fucked up. But he got his shit together. There was another guy I knew there, this big, tall dude. Can't remember his name, but I can look at a big, tall dude. Looked like he could be a basketball player. Nice guy. Funny as could be. One time, him and me got in a play fight. A play fight, not a real fight. But anyway, it was kind of real, kind of not. It wasn't like there was no emotion behind it. He come up behind me and got me and just got me a back bear hug. And I'm doing kicks right at the you-know-where. But he's got a leg up to it. I'm throwing him all over the place and bouncing, but I can't break the grip. So, like I've said, I'm one decent enough. With this one, I couldn't break. And he just lets me go, finally laughing, because he realized enough to keep his leg up to guard his, If I thought somewhere else, I may have been. He was a good guy. He was decent. He was helpful. It was fun to be around. Then one day, and he even sponsored another dude. A dude who grew up in some stupid ass shit I won't get into. Who was the other guy was a racist. And the guy I'm talking about is African American. But they became friends later, and he helped this guy get his shit together and drop the stupid-ass racism and was able to get him to get his life together. Unfortunately, our friend here did not. He got another high one time and decided to go rob from somebody. The person was there. They saw him and pulled out a shotgun and blew his head off. Man was 6'8", funny as can be, intelligent as can be. One hit of whatever the fuck it was he took ended his life. So that's what I'm saying. This DW story is powerful. It's good. O'Neil had been there with alcohol. I'm not sure who this is supposed to be standing in. I don't know if O'Neil, it doesn't look anything like any pictures I've seen of O'Neil. So I don't think it's his stand-in. Maybe it's whoever created Power Man. I don't know, because there's got to be a reason why the guy at the news thing is here who Power Man's talking to. But I've seen other drawings of O'Neil. This doesn't look anything like it. It doesn't look anything like he looked anytime. But he's somebody. DW ends up going to the church, which is a good idea, because you can get a thing, and they do, and rehabilitation, they do bring the higher power concept. So if it's God, that's where you go. If it's not, you go where you go. Whatever your higher power is. Something to connect you with. They even at one time would give you cigarettes and things to smoke to try to break you of that. So you don't have this crutch. You have something else that can help you to not go back in there. But again, at this point, DW hasn't taken any of the alcohol or anything. Any rate, Danny ends up fighting this guy's scimitar to get the Black Mariah. At any rate, he hasn't appeared since Iron Fist 5, and he's been practicing and everything, so he has this big fight with Danny. Of course, Danny kicks his ass in a few pages, and Danny has a decent, difficult fight with Black Mariah. It's way different. Yeah, she's much more interesting a character in the movie, in the TV show, than she is here. Cage ends up going to the morgue to see if DW's there. He's not, but the guy he took the pills from earlier at the party. Well, no, the guy who pulled a gun at him earlier at the party that he... Or was it a knife? Anyway, he stopped. So Cage is going there. He is really just... You know, he just wants to know what happened to his friend. Luckily, it wasn't DW. And DW ends up on a bridge. And he talks to somebody. At first, I thought it was Sylvester. I don't know why I keep mixing those two up. Mark Spector, i.e. Moon Knight. But it might be O'Neill's putting himself in the story. Let me just read what it said here. Hopefully I don't get copywritten on this, but fuck it. Are you distressed? The band says. And DW responds with, yeah, on a real downer. Then the man responds, then savor it. You may never be this unhappy again, and you will want to remember how you felt, or how it felt. Could you explain that? Nobody there, is what DW says. And I think the point he's making is, you've hit rock bottom. You've hit the bottom of where you're going to get. And now here's your chance to pull yourself up. And savor that moment when everything fell apart. When you were at the end of your rope, and instead of letting yourself hang from it, you pulled yourself up. I think that's what O'Neill was getting at. Because again, O'Neill did have an alcohol problem before. He was an alcoholic, but he didn't do alcohol after he got clean. He got himself together and continued on with life. And though I don't always agree with all his political stuff, he did a good thing here. He gave people, younger people, a chance. Something, if you had for some reason picked up alcohol or some shit because you thought it was cool or whatever, here's something. And at this point, not just kids were reading comics, because again, Miller has happened. So there are older comic fans. They've already started at this point. The Dark Knight hasn't happened yet, but Miller has already come out with Daredevil, and Daredevil is starting to reach more people. Yeah, this is all before even, I think this is before The Dark Knight Returns. And I mean the comic book, not the movie. So he's using it to reach young people or a little bit older to show them that there is something to hold on to. And that once you've reached the bottom, you can lie there and sit in your shit, or you can pull yourself up. Because we've all heard that whole frame, those who have had moments where you can enjoy the feeling of your shit,